Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the call. This is Jeff Adams. I'm really excited to be here on the call. With me, I have a good friend of mine who is a single mother that is a full-time real estate investor. And I can tell you this, she is not a circuit speaker. She doesn't go out there and speak at events all around the country. She's an actual investor that's out there killing it right now in this hot real estate market. So I wanted to bring her on the call and show you step-by-step how she's out there getting deals. And she's going to show you how to create extra streams of income by having deals come to you, finding the right agents, how to write contracts, and how to find the right multimillionaire other investors to work with you in your real estate business. I can tell you this right now. Nobody is teaching this right now. And I asked her to actually come on the call here and show you step-by-step how she's doing it. And I'm going to do something very special on the call. We're going to actually answer questions at the end of this webinar. Now, I first met Lindsay a few years ago through mutual friends, and I was really impressed how she carried herself in this male-dominated industry, okay? And I got to know her, and I can tell you this, I became really impressed because she's created a substantial amount of success while being a single mom, okay? And we ran into each other recently. She showed me what she was doing, and what I was blown away by is that she's not only out there doing deals right now in today's crazy real estate market, but she's actually all over the place with her and her daughter. It's summertime right now, and she's enjoying life and enjoying, success that she's established while being a very successful real estate investor right here in California. So with that being said, hey, Lindsay, are you there?
I'm here. I'm really excited to be on the call with your clients and your students and sharing some of my secrets. I'm here in California, like I know a bunch of your students are, but I also do real estate deals all over the U.S., and like you said, I travel a lot for a living. I'm out of the country quite a bit, and I'm still able to do deals and make money. And, I've ridden this crazy wave that's been going on the last 10 years. I do all of this legally. I'm a licensed real estate broker, but I haven't used my license in years. So I actually don't recommend people getting licensed. You definitely don't need to be licensed. But today I'm gonna be sharing a lot of my secrets so that they can start implementing an additional stream of income into their life, whether they're currently already doing real estate or just getting started in it, whether you have a career, want more money, want to replace what you're doing. This is really a win-win for everybody. And Jeff, I've known you for years, and you're an honest and ethical guy, and your students are successful, so I'm really excited to start working with them and working with you guys more.
Boy, Lindsay, you made a point there about this crazy real estate market the last 10 years, and boy, has it been crazy. I mean, the market doubles, triples in value, and it crashes, and a year or two ago, a good friend of mine and I were talking like, man, this real estate market's probably going to be flatlined for the next 10 years, but look what happened. The market's back now,
Yeah.
So I know you're out there killing it right now, and there's people having a hard time finding deals. I'll say that one more time. People are having a hard time finding deals. So that's why I brought you on the line here on this call and share with us what you're doing. And again, I want to reiterate this. Lindsay is not a professional speaker. She actually is a real estate investor out there doing deals, and I asked her to put together this little presentation on what she's doing out there right now so that all my subscribers and students can benefit from this. Lindsay, why don't you go ahead and take it away?
Thank you. So I like to call my system Cash Cow Know-How, Single Mom Secrets to Fast Cash Finding Deals. And in our time together today, you're going to discover how to cash at least one check in the next 30 days, or maybe even less. How to get deals chasing you, not you chasing deals. How to get cash buyers fighting to give you their money. And in fact, I have too many cash buyers. So when you listen to this entire call, at the very end, I'm going to give a few select individuals that are really excited about this system and incorporating this into your life, some of my excess cash buyers, because I don't have the time to help them, how to do it all on autopilot, part-time, from home. So there are 5 quick and easy steps to this quick cash. And I want to make sure you guys are taking really good notes on this. So the first one is building your team of bird dog agents. Now, this just isn't any old agent out there on the market. These are the right agents. And I'm going to talk to you guys about how to find the right agents, because these are the agents that are going out and bringing you deals. How to analyze the deals that they find for you in 60 seconds or less so that you can continue to live the life that you want to live like I do on vacation, and I'm not having the stress and worry about running numbers and what works and what doesn't work. how to submit yes offers. These are offers that in a very highly competitive market like we're working on right now, there may be 20 or 30 offers on any one property, and getting yours accepted again and again and again. I have a 95% acceptance rate, and there are some little secrets I use, and we're going to be sharing how you guys can incorporate and use that as well. Then you're going to have to decide which cash buyer gets the deal. So what we're going to be doing is we're getting properties, and we're getting properties that multimillionaires, investors are interested in, and you're actually going to have multiple clients, investors, multimillionaires that want the deal, that want the properties that the realtors have brought to you, and you're going to have to decide which one you're actually going to give it to. And then you're going to assign the contract for quick cash, and you're going to be doing that either with a trust, that's a trans trust that's trademarked specifically for exactly doing transactions like we're doing, or actually reassigning and changing the name. And there's a couple different ways to do that, and we're going to talk about that. But first, let me ask you, how many of you have been to seminars before? Here's what I found. People don't really want to do the work. They just want the results. How many of you are in on that with me? So instead of going to the gym, if I just gave you a pill that got you the gym body, the curvy figure, how many of you would be in on that? Well, essentially, that's what I've done in real estate. Through years and years and years of trying every different method, figuring out what works, but more importantly, figuring out what doesn't work, I've compiled it into a system that's created all of my success in my lifestyle today, and that's what I'm sharing with you. But first, you must program your mind for success. You need to eliminate any negativity, live with no excuses. You need to stop complaining and start acting now. You need to take action and take command of your destiny, and you need to act smarter and not harder. And you need to do that by using a proven system. Don't waste your money like I did figuring it out. Invest in something that works and follow it step by step all the way. Now, I have this amazing lifestyle now with a lot of freedom. I go on a lot of vacations. I live in a nice house and drive nice cars. But it wasn't always this way. When I was 5 years old, I was diagnosed with ADHD. And I know there's, people on the call right now that are like, well, why is ADHD? And it's actually this really great thing. I can multitask and I have tons of energy. And while I completely agree and I love it, my parents didn't understand it growing up, and therefore had a little bit of a challenging childhood. I was diagnosed with ADHD at 5 years old by a therapist, and that's when I started seeing a therapist on a regular basis because I was told multiple times a day that I was a problem, I was a challenge, I was difficult to be around, what was wrong with me. Pretty much everything you're never supposed to say to a kid is what I grew up with on a daily basis from my parents. The two people that are supposed to love me and accept me unconditionally told me that they had a hard time being around me. And on a frequent basis, they would even duct tape my mouth shut because of how difficult I was to be around. I really grew up my entire life thinking that I was a loser and there was something wrong with me and that I had a problem. And I would never amount to anything. And when I was 15, they essentially said that they had gotten fed up with me and couldn't handle it anymore and sent me to boarding school. And to get me there, they had 2 off-duty police officers escort me by plane from Southern California to Idaho. And to get me there, they thought that they would use handcuffs. And to be in public, going through an airport in handcuffs is humiliating at 16 years old. Like, I felt like the biggest loser. I felt like a criminal. I felt like a bad person. Like, it just, again, added to this massive pile of what a horrible person I was. Now, when I say that, I wasn't doing drugs. I wasn't skipping school. I wasn't doing anything bad. I wasn't into illegal activities. I simply was very hyperactive. I had a ton of energy. I was all over the place, and my parents couldn't handle it, and so they sent me away. And while they were doing the best that they could, a lot of their parenting methods were very mentally hard. They were, long story short, I never thought I'd grow up and amount to anything. In fact, as soon as I got back from boarding school, I got married, and I failed at that too. It was really one failure after another my entire childhood. The one thing I was good at was riding horses, and I got a job actually as a trainer, and I was actually very good at it. But I was working really, really hard. In fact, I was working sometimes upwards of 90 hours a week. And I decided I didn't want to work that hard anymore and for such little pay. And what I noticed was all of my clients that had six-figure horses that were spending a couple $100,000 a year on their horse hobby, they were all in real estate. And I thought, well, I want to work less, and I want to have more money, and they always seemed to be going on vacation and having fun, and they were all in real estate. Every single one that had this amazing lifestyle was in real estate. So I was like, well, I'm going to get in real estate too. And for me, what made sense was, well, if you want to get in real estate, you get you become a realtor and you get your license. So I did that. And, I was like, well, I'm going to be smart. If realtors make a percentage of the properties that they help clients buy or sell, I'm going to do expensive stuff, and I'm going to make more money. And so I became a realtor for rich home buyers. I even worked with some celebrities. You guys heard about this movie or this one? So I'm not sure if many of you recall, but back in 2008 when the housing bubble burst, my bank account was going dry. I hadn't sold a house in 8 months. And I'm not sure if you've ever been in a position like that, but to not bring in a single dime, a single penny, any money in 8 months is devastating. And I went from a place of, failure my entire life to having some success as a horse trainer and some success as a realtor to once again being a massive failure. And working with the high-end clients, many of them are entrepreneurs and self-employed, and verifiable income was challenging, and banks weren't lending. It was very tight. And I got this client that was on the Hannah Montana show. He's one of the main characters. And he had an 820 FICO score. He had 2 years left on the Hannah Montana contract. He had a chunk of money in the bank. And I just thought, thank you, God, I'm finally going to be able to close a house. And we find a house for him. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's perfect. We go to the bank to get approval, and the bank says that they need 50% down. Let me tell you, people don't put 50% down on a multi-million-dollar property. And I was devastated. And at the same time, it was my wake-up call. I realized that if he couldn't get financed, that banks were so tight that I needed to follow the market. And the market was with investors. The market was with low-end investors that were fixing and flipping or holding for long-term cash flow. And so I decided I was going to learn every single thing about it, and I was going to become the go-to expert, and that's exactly what I became. In fact, I was so good that people would come to me. People just started giving me their money, and I would get in the MLS, and I would be able to figure out which 10 properties hit the market, which 3 we were going after, the best. Like, I would narrow down to exactly the best ones, and the ones that weren't the best we weren't interested in. And the best ones, are we going to fix it and flip it, or are we going to hold it for cash flow? And then I would analyze exactly how much work it needed, and then I would resell it. And I even opened a construction company and managed the entire process for them. So I literally became the one-stop shop. If you want to make money in real estate, you came to Lindsay Jean. She found the property for you, she managed the property, and then she resold it. And guess who made all the money? Yes, the investor made all the money. And they were happy and they were thrilled, and I had tons of clients, and I wasn't making any money. And I was back in that situation of working 90 hours a week and not making a ton of money. Now, I had a substantial amount of education that I had essentially invested in with time and trial and error and figuring out what works and doesn't work. And then I got smart one day, and I said, you know what? I have all these secrets as to how I get deals accepted and how to structure deals and how to make money in real estate. And I'm going to train other realtors to do what I do. And I'm going to take these multimillionaires, these cash buyers, these people that have huge investment firms, and I'm going to match them up with the deals that the realtors find for me, because as it was, I was a one-man show finding all these deals. But if I could get 4 or 5 agents working for me and teach them how to do what I do, they're now finding, now my business is growing 4 to 5 times because they can do what I'm doing, but if there's 4 to 5 of me doing it, now they're doing all the work. And then when they get a deal secured, all I have to do is connect the cash buyer, the multimillionaire, and I'll just make a little spread in between. But now I'm working a lot less. And I'm able to make more money so that I can spend more time with my daughter. So it literally changed my life, and that's what I'm sharing with you guys today. So people now call me the cash cow queen, and we essentially like to call it an ADD-proof system. And me and my small army of Bird Dog agents have done over 200 transactions to date, which is averaging between 5 and 10 deals every single month. And each deal, we range in profit between $2,000 and $30,000 a deal. Now, my sweet spot on every deal is about $10,000, sometimes down to $5,000. $5,000 to $10,000 are the numbers I hit consistently again and again and again. So my question to you is, when I give you this information and you have the secrets to my system, if all this does for you is produce 1 deal or 2 deals every single month that range from $5,000 to $10,000, A, how would that change your life? What would that do? What would that be worth? And the other thing is, we always have at least 30-plus deals in the pipeline. And, you know, that's where I go into thinking everything is a blessing and happens for a reason. When I hadn't closed a deal in 8 months, as horrible and stressful as it was at the time, it taught me a very valuable lesson. Like, you always have to be planning for the future. You always have to have money lined up coming in 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months down the road. And that's why I always have deals in the pipeline. And you guys are positioned at the most opportune time of your entire lifetime to make money, make a substantial amount of money. More billionaires with a B were created during the Great Depression because of the real estate opportunities that people were able to get invested on. That exact type of depression is going on today in our marketplace in real estate. And if you don't take action and get involved, you're going to miss it. Like, it will not be back in our lifetime. You will miss it. So here's the thing. Because we're dealing with banks on bank-owned properties and short sale properties, you're able to, they take a while to be approved and processed. And so there's going to be deals that you get accepted right away, and then there's going to be deals that wait 3 months, 6 months, 9 months down the road. But you know how many offers are out there. You know how many are getting accepted, and you tentatively know what your cash buyer is willing to pay for them. So you can actually look at projections, future projections, on how much money you're pulling in a month from now, and 2 months, and 3 months, and 6 months, and 9 months. And it's only going to continue to grow because there's going to be deals that get accepted immediately. But what this is about creating peace and harmony and consistent cash flow to your lifestyle and bank account. Now, what's even better about this is you have no office, you have no employees. I'm a stay-at-home mom. So I work from home. My schedule is completely flexible. I'm on vacation about 4 months a year because I'm not going out looking at deals. I'm not going out finding deals. Those are the agents. That's their job. They're the licensed professionals. Most of the real estate deals I do now, I've never even seen the houses. Half of the towns I've never even been to, which is why you can live anywhere in the world, be traveling anywhere in the world, and all you need is a phone or computer to be able to send some text, make some phone calls, and shoot some emails off. So this really can work anywhere because you have the licensed real estate professionals finding the deals, managing the deals, structuring, doing everything legally in the right way. And then what's greater is there's no employees. Although these realtors are going out essentially working for you to make money for you, they get paid by the seller at closing. So you have several employees, almost full people looking to make you money that you don't have on payroll. So you have no overhead. So that's one of the best things about this. So a little bit about my life now. I told you guys I vacation a lot. That is my daughter. We were on vacation actually in Yosemite there. And when I say I'm a single mom, I live in Southern California. Her dad lives in Texas. And for a period of time, he lived in Japan. So I have 100% custody of her. She is with me all the time. So when I hear other people say they don't have time to do anything, you don't need time to do this. When I was working so much as a licensed agent, I felt bad. She was little, and she was actually having to come to houses with me. And because of my childhood growing up, I really wanted to offer her something different. I wanted to be here with her. I didn't want to miss a day. And it's really why I focused on doing what I'm doing now, and I'm sharing it with you so that you can create that lifestyle you want and be able to have more free time and spend it with the people that you want to spend it with. And there's another picture of her. That was Halloween. And there's our place up in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of it. It's one of the most expensive zip codes in the country. I like to vacation there. And there's our place right outside Yosemite. And it is essentially on a private lake. That's actually the view from our dock. And I'm not sure if you're like me, but what I've found is when I'm happy, when I'm in a really good place, it's almost like I'm a magnet for good things to come to me. And it's like doors just open and everything lines up. And I find that when I'm on vacation, especially at the lake house, I make a lot more money. And I'm sitting on the dock, I'm sitting on the swing, and my realtors are finding deals, and I'm making a few phone calls to cash buyers, to multimillionaires, and getting them connected with the agents, and I'm getting paid for that connection. And I'm now able to live my life with my daughter, enjoying it, having the free time to do, what it is that I want to do. And we play a lot, and I'm still involved in horses a little bit. But let's start looking at some deals. So this is a house that I got paid essentially while I was on vacation. This is a property located in a town about 3 hours from my house. I do not go to this town. I do not know this town. I don't know the market. I don't know the area. I've never, ever, ever seen this house. And I bring that up because you guys can do this from wherever you live with whatever real estate knowledge that you currently have. Now, I was on vacation. I trained the agent on how to find deals, how to structure the deal, how to write up offers that get accepted. This was a standard sale. The homeowner owned it completely free and clear. My yes offer secured the property for $65,000. I assigned it to a cash buyer for $70,000. So I made $5,000 on it. Now, $5,000 while on vacation is a pretty good day. Would you be okay making $5,000 while on vacation? And I want you to keep in mind the amount of work I did to this. The agent found the deal, wrote up the paperwork, negotiated the terms. Once everything was secure, notified me, hey, here's the details about the deal. I thought about who I work with as an investor that might be interested in it. I shot out a few texts and made a few phone calls, had somebody that said that's exactly what I want. They verified the information about the house. They took it. They went and closed escrow, or I got them connected with the realtor, and the realtor and them closed escrow. And I'm completely out of the picture. And I get paid on the HUD at closing. So everything is done totally legally, totally legitimate, and that's what this is all about. So I talk about quick cash, making a check in 30 days or less. So how fast is quick cash? It's like stealing money from a baby. No, but seriously, I want you guys to hear from another student of mine who's taking the system, applying all my secrets, and how they're doing really well in today's market, so that you can see it's not just me, that other people are doing this too.
How you doing? My name's Carnell Matthews. Bought the system, opened it up, immediately start going through everything. Took a few months for everything to get rolling because, you know, you're waiting on a couple short sales and things to happen. I did everything as I was supposed to do, exactly as the system says. And December, I had my biggest month in real estate ever. On December 9th, I closed the deal when I made $10,000 on December 9th. Exactly 2 weeks later, I closed out on another deal and I made $11,000. So December, I made $21,000 while most people are relaxing, chilling, not really doing anything. They're taking a month off. I'm out here following the system, doing deals with cash buyers here in Cleveland, Ohio, which is by far the hardest place to do real estate. So if you can do real estate in Cleveland, Ohio, you can do real estate anywhere. The system works. Brought a great product to a cash buyer, so now he's actually waiting on me to bring him more properties. I've been referred to other cash buyers now because I brought such a great product to the table. I got a lot of product lined up for a lot of buyers, so the system is designed to keep a steady stream of income coming in. So having a 5-figure month is an easy thing to do with this system for those of you who've never experienced what it is to make 5 figures in a month. So if you want to do deals today, get paid today, make cash right here, right now in this market with cash buyers, then you need to pick up the system.
So Carnell said that the stuff works. His first deal was 30 days or less. Like I told you guys, once you have all the information, it's very easy to make your first check in less than 30 days. And again, his first check was what my sweet spot is, $10,000. His second check was 2 weeks later for $11,000. He said, Cleveland sucks. He said it was extremely easy. He didn't use any of his own money, any of his own credit, and he didn't have any experience. I want to go into that. You don't need any money or credit because you're actually working with a multimillionaire cash buyer. And I'm going to talk to you guys not only about how to get them, build relationships with them, but how, again, a few of you, I have too many, and I'm going to actually want to work with you, and I'm going to give you some of mine to work with. For those of you that really are excited about this and want to implement this into your life, they need your help, and I'm willing to give them to you. And the reason you don't need a ton of experience, or any experience at all for that matter, is because you're working with licensed real estate professionals that know the marketplace. So how would you like this proven step-by-step system is my question to you. And the next question I have is, well, you know what, let's just move on, and I'll ask that in a minute. So we talk about fast deals being 30 days or less, yes? What about in an hour? So I want to show you some more deals that I've done. This is Temple Street. Again, this is a property I've never, ever, ever seen. Now, my yes offer secured the property after my cash buyer had his higher offer rejected. So when I talk about writing up offers the right way and structuring them, in Southern California right now, it's definitely an investor frenzy. It's very competitive. We're competing with anywhere between 20 to 30 all cash offers on any one property. I've even been in competition with up to 70 other buyers on a property before. So it really taught me how to position my offer the right way to get the seller to take our offer and how to do it for less money. Now, this is thinking outside the box, being smarter and more strategic. And unfortunately, most realtors don't know how to do that. Most realtors are traditional standard realtors. And that's why I talk about finding the right agent. The right agent is only going to be about 3 to 5% of all the licensed agents out there. So it's really important you get the right ones working for you, or you're not going to make any money. So my yes offer secured this property for $62,000. We assigned it to a cash buyer for $65,000. My profit on it was $3,000. So I made $3,000 in 1 hour. Now, the details about this property. My cash buyer had offered the bank, this is a bank-owned property, $70,000. The bank took my offer for $62,000. So I offered it to my cash buyer for $65,000. And when I offered it to him for that, his exact words to me were, "How the heck did you do that?" I said, "What are you talking about?" And he goes, "I offered the bank $70,000. And if you're offering it to me for $65,000, I know you got it accepted for even less. What do you do?" And I said, "That's my secret. That's what I do. That's why I help people like you." So the point of this is I was able to get him a property that his realtor couldn't get for him for 2 reasons. His realtor didn't know how to write up offers and structure them the right way. And I was able to help him get into a property that he wanted, and I saved him $5,000 that his agent could even get for him. Now, I made $3,000, which isn't a huge check, but when you take into perspective that I spent at most an hour amount of time working on this deal, that's a really good day. For most people, that's a good week. What happened was the agent found this property in the MLS. She went and saw the property. She knew it was exactly what we bought, or my cash buyers bought specifically. She estimated how much it could be sold for, how much the rehab would be, and then put the numbers together, which gave her a highest offer price. She submitted that offer, structured the deal the right way, and got the offer accepted. She did all of that. Then she comes to me and says, "Hey, we have this deal." At that point, I go through my database, which cash buyers buy this sort of property with these numbers. I shoot out a text, an email, or make a phone call. And when somebody says that's exactly what we want, they do their due diligence. They check and they verify the numbers we've provided. They walk through the house, make sure it's in the condition we told them, and then they double confirm, yes, they want the property, and I connect them with the realtor, and I step out of the picture. I already have an agreement with them. Hey, here's the details, the specs on the property. Do you want it? They say yes. Is it great? It's like, I want $3,000. They say yes. And then once we're all in agreement, I step out of the deal. I'm no longer a party to the transaction. They're the cash buyer. They work with the realtor. Now the realtor is managing the entire escrow process. They're doing all of the paperwork. You, about 10 days later, get a check from escrow. You get paid from escrow on the closing statement on the HUD as a buyer's consultation fee. This is all done completely legitimately and by the book. So, I made in an hour. It was a couple phone calls and emails to the agent, a couple phone calls and emails to the cash buyer, and that was an hour's worth of work. So, it's not a ton of money, but what would you do if you did that, a couple times a month? You would have a lot more free time, right? So here's the secret formula. You find cash buyers, and you find the houses they want. It's really simple, right? That's what makes my system so easy and workable for anybody, is it's really common sense based. And unfortunately, most people don't have a ton of common sense. So most other investors out there go out there, they're frantically trying to find deals. Once they get a deal, then they're frantically trying to find somebody to sell it to, and it's extremely stressful. That's not what we do. For me, it's more about a lifestyle. I want to make good money, but I also want it to come easily, and I want to have that free time. So what I do is I find the cash buyers, the multimillionaire, huge investment companies, and I ask them, what do you buy? And I'm almost like an order taker, a matchmaker. I take that exact information and I pass it along to an agent. And that agent goes out and finds those properties with those specifics. So once we have that property secured, I already have a cash buyer lined up to take the deal. It eliminates any stress and any headache that other investors typically deal with. And the other problem is other investors typically aren't running their business like a business. They're frantically running a deal to deal, which is also paycheck to paycheck. What I've set up is a system and a structure and a business plan, which is why you're able to have the freedom and the income coming in like a real business, because this actually is set up to run as a real business. So I don't want you to let anybody tell you that the economy is bad and nobody has cash, because it is just not true. In fact, to pick up my new cash buyers or multimillionaire huge investment firms, I do some due diligence. And I talk about exactly how to do this in the system. It's actually very quick and easy. And what you do is you want to be the point of contact. You want them calling you. You don't want to be calling them, because then it comes off as a cold call and a salesy. You send them a letter that I very strategically written in the way I use my words and how I write the letter and the envelope and everything, and you send it out, and they call you. And I want you to hear a call that I did with the cash buyer I sent a letter to, and I missed his call back. I missed his call to me, but listen to what he had to say.
Hi, Lindsay. My name is David Stebbins. You sent me a little flyer. Yes, I do buy properties. My biggest problem these days is I have too much cash.
Did you hear that? He has too much cash. Yes. That's when Lindsay is jumping up and down doing the piggy dance, right? So how many cash buyers do you need to work with if they have too much cash? Now, I ended up calling him back. I asked him, a little bit about his business, what he buys and sells. Does he hold? Does he flip? Where does he like it? What does he like? And he's very specific. He owns about 300 properties free and clear. They're all rentals. He has a huge house on the beach, and he makes money in his sleep. And he gave me the specifics of the town he buys in. He buys a particular bedroom, bathroom, and bigger, square footage bigger. He gave me the price point, and he even gave me the coordinates of the town, north, south, east, or west, to stay within a grid. And I actually didn't have any agents that worked in that area at the time, and of course I was all over it and went and found the right agent, interviewed them, asked them the series of qualifying questions to weed out the bad ones and make sure that I hire the right one. And he called me back about a week later, and this is the next voice message he left me.
David Stebbins calling. I thought I'd just check in with you, text through you, and see what you had for me in Paris. If you found anything yet, just checking in. No need to return the call if you don't have anything. I just got $100,000 burning a hole in my pocket. I'd like to buy a house.
Yeah. Did you hear that? He has $100,000 burning a hole in his pocket, and he'd like to buy a house. My point is, these are the type of cash buyers you're going to be working with. You don't need a huge list of a lot of cash buyers or multimillionaires. You don't need the onesie, twosies, mom and pops that are doing a couple flips here and there. You are working with the multimillionaires, the huge investment firms that they literally have too much money. And you are who you surround yourself with. Your bank account also reflects the people you surround yourself with in their bank account. So once you start networking, socializing, surrounding yourself with very wealthy individuals, your life will dramatically change. Now I want to share another house I did with you guys. Cash buyers are literally everywhere. I actually got a call from this cash buyer. I had, again, sent out a letter. Cash buyer called me. 2 phone calls later, my agent had found this property on the MLS. It was a probate sale. It was owned completely free and clear by the kids. 2 phone calls later, we had it sold. Now, this was during the week of Christmas. I was on vacation at the Jackson Hole house. Now, he paid me $2,500. So, again, that was a smaller deal. But would you be okay being on vacation, snowboarding, snowmobiling, cross-country skiing, playing with your family, doing whatever it is you want to do, making a couple $1,000s? That's essentially what the deal was for me. And specifically, like I said, I sent out a letter. I don't know, so I do a little bit of research into some of the big movers and shakers in the area, and I send them letters. And so the guy had called me. Actually, he hadn't called me. Somebody on his staff had called me. When everything was said and done, you guys ever heard of a guy named Stan Merrill? He has a TV show called Flip This House. He bought this from me. Not only does he have a TV show called Flip This House, he actually teaches people how to wholesale real estate, which is really funny because I actually got this house and sold it to him. But literally cash buyers are everywhere. So you guys like checks, right? So let's walk through a couple checks. $10,000, $18,000, $12,000. But first, you guys need to start writing down the steps. So the first step of building your team of bird dog agents, now this at most should take 3 days. The first step is recruiting the right agents, asking the right questions, really narrowing down the very, very best in the marketplace. And there's a series of questions that I ask that weed out the bad ones. There's specific places I go to find the right agents. There's about 5 different methods I use. I compile a list of what I believe to be the 20 best agents in that marketplace. I ask a series of questions. My phone calls with them are somewhere around 5 minutes, and they weed themselves out. They're either in the game or out of the game with me based on their answers, and then I weed it down from about 20 agents to 3. So these are really the 3 top agents in the marketplace. I, again, have a second interview with them. Sometimes it's over the phone and sometimes it's in person, and narrow it down to 1 person, and that's the right agent. That's the agent. And it's really important to hire the right agent because these are the people that are going out, they're making you money, they're working for you, and if you hire the wrong agent, guess who doesn't make any money? This is the foundation of your business, and it's critical to hire the right person the right way. And there's a lot of details and specifics on exactly how to do this. And we don't have time today to get into all of it, but there's a couple different things that I've created to help you. And the first one is I created a hot deal handbook. So while I was taking, I wanted to make more money, so I decided to take on a new territory and market. And that's what's so great about this is you get to decide how much money you want to make. You want to make more money, you go pick up a new area and hire more agents, and they bring you more deals. And I was training 2 new agents all at the same time, and I was repeating my conversations with them over the phone, and I was screen sharing and teaching them how to do computer stuff. And then I said, you know what? Why don't I video this process and record this process? And then I don't have to do it with them anymore, and I can just give them the videos to watch, give them the audios to listen to, and give them the book to read. And the book literally walks them step by step through exactly who we are and what we do and what we need them to do for us, what the expectations are. Then I have videos that train them how to go into a property, how to determine rehab costs for a property, what we like about a property, what we don't like about a property, how to determine if we're keeping it or flipping it, how to analyze deals. And that is all about you guys not having to work so much, not having to do anything. So I recommend you give them my training materials that I use to train my agents. So essentially what it is I'm training your agents for you. And then you will literally watch the deals come flooding in. So here's the thing. Agents end up loving you. So this is a new agent I had started working with. She was hesitant at first because she didn't know anybody else doing deals this way. Within a week, the bank accepted our offer, and upon receiving the bank's acceptance, we opened escrow, and Lindsay already had it reassigned to an end buyer within 48 hours. It was very easy. I didn't have the headaches of driving to dozens of properties, and there weren't appraisals, inspections, or other demanding conditions. The buyer closed quickly with cash, and it was great. Now, this is very important, and I want to bring this up. Most agents, they're the traditional agents, which is why most agents don't work. 95% of the agents on the marketplace aren't right. They're actually the wrong agents. But when you find the right agents, it's pretty much like they go to work full-time for you. And this is the reason why. They're used to working with traditional home buyers. And a traditional home buyer typically takes 3 to 6 months to buy a house, and they want to drive around and look at all the different properties, and then they want to go in a property, and then they're like, oh, this one feels good. And they buy the one that feels good. That is not what we do. This is a business for us. If the numbers work, we buy the property. And in fact, we don't need to see the property. I know some of you guys on the call want to go and see properties, and that's totally fine. But there's others of you on the call that are like me that want more freedom in your life and have no desire to see properties. The agents can go whenever it's convenient for them. First of all, they find the property, they run the numbers. If the numbers tentatively work, they're going to go out and look at the property on their schedule when it's convenient for them. If everything looks good, they're going to write up an offer. And when they write up an offer the right way based on my secrets, they get it accepted. And guess what? They get paid. They make money quicker because not only, first of all, we'll buy every single deal where the numbers work. So we're not trying to find one deal in 3 months. We're trying to find at least one deal a week, depending on, that's me. I want to do 5 to 10 deals a month. You guys might only want to do 2 to 3. It really depends on what you want. But they're making more money with you than with any other buyer they're working with because of the sheer volume. The other thing is it's easier working with you because you don't have bank loans and financing. So rather than a bank loan taking 30, 45, 60 days to get approved, you have appraisals and inspections and a bunch of contingencies. We close in 10 days with all cash. So they get paid more frequently, and it's quicker and easier. So they end up getting to a point where they don't want to work with anybody else because you have made it so quick and easy for them. All they want to do is work with you, which is why I say you pretty much have an employee working for you full time. They wake up in the morning and they're like, let's get Lindsay a house, because when Lindsay gets a house, I make money. So they literally wake up trying to find you deals and working for you full time, and you don't pay them. They get paid at closing by the seller. So I just wanted to bring that up because that's a huge critical part, is making sure you guys have the right agent. So step 2 is analyzing the deals. Now, this is a 60-second analysis to determine whether it's a deal or it's a dud and exactly how much to offer. Now, this is an Excel spreadsheet that I had created because I was on vacation at the lake house, and I actually had an agent calling me asking what she should offer on a property. Well, I don't know. I don't know your town. I don't know your city. I don't know the area. I've never been there. In fact, I have zero desire to ever go there or learn the market. I expect my agents to be the experts in that marketplace, and she wasn't exactly sure how much to offer. So I got smart, and I created this Excel spreadsheet that the agent punches in a few numbers, and it automatically tells them that what our highest offer can be. So it takes away the headaches and the stress of trying to figure it out. It's just the numbers game. This is just business. The numbers work or they don't work. Now, if the numbers work, we submit an offer based on that number. What's really great about this is it makes the agent's job easy. So as long as we're keeping the agent's job quick and easy, they're so thrilled to work with you. The other thing is is it prevents the headaches of back and forth negotiations if the seller were to counter and want more money. We always go in with our highest and best every single time. That way, if the seller comes back and says they want more money, our answer is no. We've already submitted our highest and best. It eliminates the stress of trying to figure out numbers, first of all. Second of all, we get more offers accepted because we come in at our highest and best. There's so many other agents or investors out there doing real estate the wrong way. They think, oh, this is a numbers game. Just throw 50 offers out and lowball, and if we get one, then that's great. No. That is not the right way to do it. It's irresponsible, and it gives investors a bad name. Out of 50 properties, we might only like 15 of them. And those 15, we are going to go in strategically the right way. We're going to be responsible. We're going to be respectable and become known people in the industry. We're going to go in with our highest and best every time. I would much rather pay a couple $1,000s more and do 10 deals than nickel and dime and pay a couple $1,000s less and only do one deal because I was lowballing. In the long run, if I make $5,000 less, but I do 10 deals more, I'm still making more money, right? And I'm helping more people. I'm helping more sellers. I'm helping more buyers. Guess what? I'm working with more millionaires and helping them out more than doing one deal. And that's really what this is about. So this is what the Excel spreadsheet looks like. It's very quick and easy. It looks a little complicated here, but I promise it's a 60-second analysis. Now I have a complete training video on how to use it for your agent. Essentially what they're going to do, and I'll give you the quick snapshot, is they're going to put in what they think the property can sell for right here, upper right-hand corner. They're going to estimate what they think it needs in rehab right here, and then they're going to put in the list price right here. And the Excel spreadsheet will automatically calculate what this deal is. And so this is at 60%. And our goal is 65. So right there, that tells us that we can go in above list price. And what the agent will do is they'll play with this number until this number on this deal is 65% at our target market. And once we hit our target, that's what we go in at. So it's irrelevant what a property is listed for. All we care about is where is the profit margin. So sometimes we are way under list price. Sometimes we are way over list price. So this makes it really quick, easy, and simple for your agents to offer the right amount of money on each deal. And the third step is submitting the yes offers. So this is where I have a 95% acceptance rate in a highly competitive market. My secret is clean, all cash offers, no contingencies, no appraisals, no inspections. Now, in my system, I actually go over and get very detailed on boxes that you specifically check or specifically don't check, what you leave blank, terminology you use, what you fill in, depending on whether you're working with standard sale, a bank-owned property, a short sale, a probate, code violation. You really need to understand what it is that the seller wants, and you position your offer to them. Now, the biggest thing most agents have, or the problem, is that they're doing traditional real estate all the time, and they don't know how to structure deals for what we're doing in today's market and economy. And when you're working with bank-owned properties or short sales, you're working with a loss mitigator that has 50 different states that they're managing files for. And every state has different contracts and different legalities and what's expected for buyer and seller to pay for. And traditionally, normal realtors will check what's normal in that area, but that doesn't always position your offer at the highest. So what I do in my system is I actually have a video going through a purchase contract and key areas that you want to leave blank and what you want to fill out and why. And this applies for any state because it gets into the thinking of what's going on in a seller's brain. And this is the important strategies for getting your offers accepted for less money, just simply based on how you've structured that purchase contract. Now, you never, ever, ever lowball, and that makes it really quick and easy when you're using the deal analyzer and you're always structuring it to get a yes from the seller. You got to make it easy for them to say yes to you. They're looking at 30 offers. How do you differentiate yours from everybody else's? And when you sometimes are coming in at less money. So that's the importance of structuring it the right way. And I have all of that in my system. And then, we use the Easy Deal Analyzer, and it makes it very quick and easy for everybody involved. So here's another property. This is 7th Street in Southern California. Now this is what I'm talking about, how the Deal Analyzer is so helpful. This property is listed in the MLS for $70,000. We secured it for $85,000, which for that price point, that is a lot more money, right? Well, I still made $5,000 on the deal. So why would anybody overpay? Well, the listing agent wasn't very good at their job. Again, like 95% of agents out there on the marketplace. And as you can see, this property to the left is much older, dilapidated, not even the same staff. So this particular property on 7th Street had actually burned down 2 years ago, and they built a brand new house in its place. And this house happened to be in excellent condition. The landscape needed some watering, and the inside of the house needed cleanup. But the paint and carpet were actually in good condition. They just needed touch up and cleanup. And I think the entire rehab budget on this house was about $2,000, and the after repair value on it was about $170,000. Now, the agent who listed this property just ran quick numbers by the MLS, and everything in that neighborhood was typically selling for around $70,000, $75,000, so they listed as $70,000. Everything else in that neighborhood is also 60 years old and needs about $30,000 worth of work. It's not a comparable property. They didn't do a good job. They were the wrong agent. So using the numbers in the Deal Analyzer, it said, man, there's a huge profit margin we can make on this. In fact, we can go in way over asking price, and there's still a ton of profit for an investor. That's what we did. We sold it to an investor for $90,000, putting $2,000 worth of work in, and the property is worth $140,000. That is a good day. He is very happy. It's a good buy for him. He actually has a tenant in there right now, Section 8, and they've been there thrilled to death. So that's the importance of working with a Deal Analyzer. The fourth step is determining which cash buyer gets the deal. Now, you're going to review the waiting list. So here's the thing. You literally are the superhero. You become the go-to person for these cash buyers, these multimillionaires, because guess what? They can't get these deals. They need these deals. This is where they make all their money. So they desperately need you. I can tell you, if you haven't worked with some highly wealthy individuals before, it's really, really a good feeling for them to be calling you, needing you, wanting you, doing whatever it takes, schmoozing you. So what happens is they're going to be calling you, hey, what do you have? I really need a deal. If there's so when you get a deal, you're going to be like, who's been calling me lately? And that's who you reach out to first. If there isn't anybody that's been calling you that week, what you'll do is you'll send out a text or an email blast, whatever your preference is, to the other people on your list that you work with. And sometimes that ends up creating a cash buyer frenzy because everybody wants deals right now. So here's a property I did, and it was actually listed in the MLS for 3 months. We secured the property for $52,000. What happened? I didn't have anybody call me on properties that week, and so I sent out a text to a couple different investors, and within a couple minutes, the person responded he would take it, and a couple minutes later, I had a second one say he would take it, and I had to reach out to the second one and say, I'm sorry, you're too late. I already gave my word that somebody else could have it. And he picked up the phone and he called me and goes, Lindsay, I'm supposed to be doing 2 to 3 flips a month. I haven't done anything in 3 months. I really, really, really need this deal. Please just tell the other investor you made a mistake and that I was actually first. I'll even pay you $5,000 more. And of course, I said, I don't have a written agreement with the first investor. It's only been 10 minutes. This is all verbal, but my word has value. And if I tell somebody I'm going to do something, I'm going to. So I can't do that to them. What I can do is I can offer the other investor your proposition of $5,000 and see if they're willing to maybe split that with me to walk away from the deal. And that's exactly what I did. I called the first investor and said, hey, somebody offered me, $5,000 more than you. So, it's up to you. My word is golden. You can have the property. You can close on the property, do whatever you want with the property. Or you and I can take that $5,000 and split it 50-50, and you can get $2,500 to walk away from the deal and give it to the other guy for the 10, 15 minutes that have now passed since my first text went out, right? And he came back and said, you know what, I actually have 2 houses that we just put into escrow, so I really don't need another deal right now. But the second I have an opportunity to take a deal, I always jump on it, because I will gladly take $2,500 to do absolutely nothing. Just, next time you get a deal, please think of me first. So it was a win-win for everybody. My profit on this was $18,100. The seller was happy. My agent was happy. Both of the cash buyers was happy. It's a win-win for everybody. It's and it's really about having integrity, doing the right thing. I tell people all the time, yes, I'm in real estate, but more importantly, I'm in the relationship business. The agents I work with, I've worked with for years. We're working as a team. The multimillionaires I work with, they come to me because I'm an honest and credible and trustworthy person. And that's what you've got to be as well to do this. You're in the relationship business. You're helping people. So here's another property I did. This, I had a cash buyer super desperate, really needing a deal. I didn't have anything. And here's the other thing I want to say about this last deal. So when I sent out that text, and here's the thing, I never have inventory, ever. And I hear other investors trying to sell their deals to somebody. I never, ever, ever have that. And here's the deal. Here's the reason why. When I send out a text to somebody about a deal, they see it and they're like, yes, I'll take it. It's almost like, yes, I'll take it. It's frantic. They've got to say yes because somebody else is going to say yes and they're going to miss it. So it's almost like I've trained and programmed my investors to act quickly. The other thing is always, always, always under-promise and over-deliver. That deal I showed you I sold to Fan Merrill over Christmas, the numbers I had projected for him was an $85,000 profit in his pocket. When everything was said and done, rehab ended up being less, and he actually sold it for more, and he profited just over $100,000 on the deal. So he ended up making, I think about $25,000 or $30,000 extra over projections. You better believe as soon as that deal closed, he's like, I love you. You're amazing. I love that you're so honest and upfront and you don't fudge the numbers. They're very real. You underpromise and totally overdeliver, and I want to do 1 million deals with you. That is what this is about. So here is another deal. So the investor was bugging me. Again, I don't ever have any inventory, but I did tell him I'm being told that they took our offer, so we should be getting all the paperwork back in the next week or two. Here are the details. I gave him the basic specs. He said, yes, I'll take it. So this was another property listed in the MLS for about $82,000. I secured it for $90,000. So my profit on it was only $2,700. But essentially, I had a cash buyer lined up ready to buy the property before I had bank approval. And this is what I was talking about in the beginning, knowing that a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months down the road, what projected profit you have coming in, because you already have cash buyers tentatively lined up at tentative dollar amounts, so you know what's coming in. Does that make sense? So to do this, it's more about having, with your cash buyers, it's quality over quantity. You need fewer, better buyers. So you must have integrity, honor, ethics, and be enjoyable. And if you think back to that recording from David Stebbins, I think you can remember that he was a really fun and playful guy, and that's exactly how I am. And that's why I like working with him. There are so many cash buyers, and my system actually tells you exactly how to find them, how to build relationships with them, how to pick out the ones that you want to work with. You do not work with everybody. I'm going to tell you that right now. This is your life and your business, and you decide who you want to work with. And the best thing to do is work with people like you. There are millionaires and multimillionaires in every single industry and hobby. And I have clients and students that like to drink beer in their garage and watch football. And I have other ones that like to golf. And I have other ones that like to do horse activities or hiking and biking and nature activities. Here's the thing, people like them. And when you enjoy somebody, you're going to do more business with them. So work with cash buyers that are like you, that you enjoy talking to, because when you enjoy them and they enjoy you, you're going to do more business together. You're going to start hanging out on the weekends and at each other's birthday parties and kids' parties and holidays. And so it's not about having a huge list of cash buyers. It's about having a relationship with a small select few that you actually enjoy. And that's, again, why I say this is more of a lifestyle-driven real estate, doing what you want with the people you want to do it with, having the free time, and thankfully being able to generate the income behind it that you want to generate. And then the fifth step is assigning the property for quick cash. Now, what you're going to do is once the agent brings the deal to you, telling you that it's all wrapped up and they've secured it, you're going to present the deal to your cash buyer. And if everything checks out and it's exactly what they want, then you'll tell them exactly what your fee is, which is, done via assignment contract, or you'll sell the beneficial rights of a trust. And this is all done legally. You get paid on the HUD at closing by escrow. As a buyer's consultation fee, I go over all of the specifics on how to do it in the system. And you step aside and you collect your check. You're not wrapped up in the escrow process. The agent does that. The cash buyer does that. You step out of the picture. It's their deal, and they manage and do everything. Now, I have another student I want you guys to hear from.
How you doing? Rich Casio. It was about 70 days when I started talking to you when we did our first deal. We did our first deal in Indiana. No, to take that back, I'm sorry, it was Eggleston we did our first deal. We made $10,000 in that deal. Don't wanna be an American idiot. We were scared as all heck. We thought that the client, our buyer, was gonna balk on it, thinking that was too much money. Our next deal we did a couple days later was on Indiana. That we grossed 17.8. Don't want a nation under the new media. And then on Laughlin we grossed 18,000. Hey, can you hear the sound of the stereo? And this situation that you're providing them is outstanding. The thing that they're gonna, after they finish your course, one of the things that they're gonna encounter are people telling them, no, it doesn't work. These gurus don't know what they're talking about. And I'm doing this video so they know it does work. The subliminal mindfuck America. I've got 3 more deals closing this month. We've got like 12 more in the hopper that we're negotiating right now. I get America. The point that I'm trying to make is, once you get it going, it'll be like a sausage factory. I'm not a part of a redneck agenda. Be able to get up every morning when you want to get up. No more alarm clocks. Have a good day.
So Rich said he has no more fear. His first deal, let's sweet spot, $10,000. His second deal, $17,800 3 days later, and his third deal was $18,000. So in 3 months, he did 3 deals in 3 months, made $45,000. Now, remember, he said in that time period, he was able to get 15 deals lined up in his pipeline for future income coming in. So because we're talking about investments, my question to you is, if you let's say you only do one deal a month, and that one deal generates $10,000. And as an investment, if you were to invest in something $1,000, and almost instantly, within a month, you get $10,000 back, is that a good investment? And then if that same investment, you don't have to reinvest any more money, but once a month you get $10,000, is that a good investment? I just want you to think about that for a minute. And then I also want to ask you, how does this step-by-step system sound so far? Does this sound good? Does this sound like something you would like to incorporate into your life? Because one of the best days I've had financially happened this past summer. It was this was an assignment deal. I made my normal $10,000. You can see right here, made out to Lindsay Jean. Is that July? Yeah, July. And then I actually went to my P.O. box, and both of these checks were in there the same day. They're dated 3 days different, but I picked them up the same exact day. You can see this one's a little bit more. It's $66,000. This is my company name, High Heels and Hard Hats. So here's the deal. For me, I went to my P.O. box. Both of these checks were in there. In one day, I made $76,000. And I know there's a lot of people in the U.S. and possibly even some people on this call that don't even make that all year long. I made that in one day. Now, the first check for $10,000, that was a normal assignment contract. This check for $66,000 was for a rehab I did. And, you know, I don't have time to get onto all the details in my system today. But what I do is, because all these amazing deals are brought to me by the agents through MLS, probate, code violations, expired listings, direct sellers, I get to pick the very, very best ones. So out of every 10 deals that come in, I give 9 of them to investors, and a really sweet and easy one I keep for myself. And because I'm working with other investors and high net worth individuals, they will actually fund everything for me. So I have no money out of my pocket. We split the profits, and this was my profit, $66,000. And I had zero of my own cash into this deal. So I talk to you guys in my system how you can duplicate and do that too. So you guys don't need any cash. You don't need any credit. You don't need any office staff. There's no overhead. This works absolutely anywhere, and it's even ADD okay. So I laugh when I hear others say that they can't find deals. Well, who's finding the deals, right? The agents are finding the deals for you. I hear other people say they can't get loans because financing is impossible. Do you guys need financing? Do you guys need a loan? No, you're working with cash buyers. They're bringing all the funds in. They'll say, oh, it's too hard, it's too complicated. It's because they're trying to figure it out, right? You guys need to use a proven system. Follow something that's easy, that's already been done, that's already successful, and you just follow the proven step-by-step. Hear others say, I don't have any money or credit. Do you need any money or any credit to do this? No, you're using the cash buyers. I have no time. Well, guess what? Me neither. I'm a single mom. It is so much more important for me to be spending time with my daughter than working. And they say buyers are scarce. I have too many. I have too many cash buyers, multimillionaires, huge investment companies that need help. I know there's a few people on the call that are probably very excited about what I've talked about tonight. And those of you that are, I'm going to be sharing my cash buyers with you in whatever area and part of the country you're working in. So even engineers love my system. The Cash Cow Know-How system is brilliant. I've personally profited tens of thousands of dollars from reassignments using the system with all cash buyers. This guy is down in San Diego. He's a biochemical engineer. He owns a financial institute, a law firm. He helped patent Viagra. He owns numerous companies. Why does he do this? It's an additional stream of income. The agents are going out and finding deals for him, and he's able to generate checks of $10,000, $20,000 on the side every single month with very limited effort on his part. Yes, that's good. He likes the additional stream of income. You know what he likes better? He likes the relationships that he gets with these multimillionaires, these uber wealthy people, because they invest in other projects, businesses that he's involved in. You are who you surround yourself with. It's very important to start surrounding yourself with financially successful people. So my question to you is, will you be one of my little cash cows? The system really is designed about giving you that financial freedom you want so that you can spend time doing what it is you want to be doing with the people, living in the kind of house you want to be living in, and driving the kind of car you want to be driving. And the reason I'm talking to you guys today about this is, you know, I've been guilty of missing opportunities in the past and making the mistakes of not saying yes and taking action when I should have. And I want to make sure that in a year from now, in 2 years from now, in 5 years from now, you don't look back and say, coulda, shoulda, woulda. I'm sure there's, you know, I've been guilty of it where there was an opportunity, and 2 years later, I really regretted not taking action. And I want to make sure that you guys take action today so that you look back and go, that was a good decision, that was a good investment, that changed my life. And I do a 3-day training, and here are some of the feedback we have from that. Thank you, Lindsay Jean, for your superior training. You and your associates treated us like royalty. This event exceeded my expectations. There was 10 times the value in this event than I expected. Lindsay Jean undersold and over-delivered. This was the most fun I've had in Vegas. She tickled my left brain and my right. This program is amazing. I've never been to a course that gives you so much information and teaches you how to apply it. Many great things about Lindsay's seminar, and I've been to a lot. In no particular order, she keeps it small with a lot of opportunity for questions, genuinely interested and wants to get us to where we want to go. Very educational weekend. Lindsay did a great job. I'm a different person since Friday, glad to grow in business and relationships. I retired 7 months ago and was content to live on my investments in Social Security until this weekend. Now I know I can have so much more. The experience of sharing the space with so many amazing students and teachers was life-changing, and I have not even walked out of the door yet to apply to my daily life. Lindsay Jean is fun and exciting speaker and trainer. She brings fantastic speakers and is very generous with all. Lindsay Jean has given so much value for her clients. She's truly awesome, and we all appreciate her dedication to us and the success of our business. The action steps and the system she has in place for us is so thorough. I have been to so many seminars in the last 25 years. This is the best and most user-friendly, and the how-to-dos are given in real detailed steps as opposed to just saying, do this and do that. So the next event is in July. It is 2 full days with me and my team. We're actually going to even have a bonus day. We've never, ever, ever done this before, but you're going to be able to go on a bus tour with us, and we're going to look at actual houses that are available on the market, on the MLS and off the MLS, private deals that we're going to look at, write up offers on, and actually purchase. Now, that's going to be a third bonus day, and we are going to have limited seating on that. But what is included is 2 full days with me and my team. So the next one is in Las Vegas in July. Now, I have them every couple of months. So if you can't make the one in July, we'll probably have one in September as well. And we're not sure exactly where that will be, but it's all based on you guys and my students, and if you guys want it on the East Coast or the West Coast, and the dates for July, we'll be sending out an email offering 2 different options, and based on the majority votes is what we will go with. And if you were to buy these tickets for my boot camp individually, they would be $2,000. But of course, I want you guys to be successful, so I include them totally free for you to come so that you can spend the one-on-one time with me and ask any questions, and we are able to work with you directly. And the system itself includes the training manual. Now, this is a big book, and it walks you step by step through not only what we talked about today, but it also gets into the details of short sales, the details of foreclosures, how to get off-market deals, expired listings, probate sales, bankruptcies, code violations. It gets into all the different detailed steps on how to get deals. It also breaks down relationships with cash buyers, the details about your agents, the trust, how to get around the strict bank the bank restrictions. This is the main manual that teaches you all that. Now, it's very detailed. So I've also created a video DVD system because I know some of you don't like reading a whole lot, and you learn better by actually watching. So I've put everything I've done also on video. So what you get is me actually walking through houses with a very brand new agent who is just licensed, and me training him and teaching him and what we're looking for in the houses and what's good about it and what's bad about it, so that you guys can do that as well, or pass that video off onto your agent and train them for them. It also, in the videos, has me on the MLS. What I did is I was training a new agent, and I did a screen capture. So I videoed my computer screen. And what I'm doing is I'm walking you through the MLS and how we find properties and how we weed the good ones out and weed the bad ones out and decide which ones we're going to target. I go through exactly how to determine the after repair value. I go through exactly how to figure out what percentage you're going to offer in what marketplace. Remember I talked about that on the deal analyzer? So I literally am walking you step by step through this while I'm actually training an agent. So again, you can watch that video and you can take that video and give it to your agent and allow me to train them like I do my own. Now, I don't have price points on what I think these different components of the system are. And the reason I don't have that is I believe everybody's in a different situation, and what the system can do for you is different than what it may do for the person next to you, because if bringing you 2 or 3 deals a month and bringing somebody else 1 deal a month is a tremendously different value. So, but I do want to let you know that it also includes the audio CD system. So if you're driving in your car, doing housework, listening on your ear set, you can listen to all these different steps, these components that I've talked about, finding the right agents, how to write up offers, how to get the deals to come in, building those relationships with the multimillionaires. It also includes the quick start guide. Now, this is also a book, and I talked about the main manual in the beginning. That's thick. It's heavy. It's very detailed. It has tons of information. And what I recommend is when you really first get this system, you need to wrap your head around what it is that you're going to be doing in a very simple way. And so I put together the quick start for you to understand it in a simplified way. And when you're ready to dive into the details, then you dive into the main manual. Now, the Easy Profits Library, this is absolutely priceless. I have spent thousands of dollars building and creating this over the years that I was a licensed agent, through being an agent, being a broker, and bringing various attorneys on board to make sure I'm doing everything according to law the right way. So this includes the purchase offer, that the contract that I use, so that you guys can duplicate the verbiage, what I check, what I don't check, when I handwrite something in, exactly how I handwrite it in, and the verbiage I use so that you guys can duplicate it. It's also the assignment contract I use, the deal finder letter to sellers that we haven't even talked about on the call, the cash buyer letter that you heard obviously worked really well when you heard David Stebbins frequently asked questions, and numerous other things. And that is completely priceless. Again, thousands of dollars spent on that. Now this is going to be something you guys really want. This is a Hot Deals handbook. This is that agent training manual that I wrote. It's going to train your agents exactly how to find deals for you. It's going to walk them through what it is that we do and what we need them to do for us so that we can work together. It makes it very simple and easy to explain, and I wrote this very specifically to train my agents, but I left out my contact info, my name, my phone number, and what you can do is you can position it to your agents. As one of my partners wrote a book a little bit about what we do and what we need you to do for us, and it builds you a ton of credibility because it has so much great, valuable information in there that nobody else has educated them on. And, you know, you and I can partner. You know, if you have a really good deal and you don't have a cash buyer, bring it to me. We can partner. So this is all being done, you know, on the up and up and right. Now, I know you absolutely loved the deal analyzer, so of course that is also included into the system. So when you add all of that up, all the different components, the total value is a gazillion dollars. But of course you're not going to pay that today because of your relationship with Jeff. We have negotiated a price down to $795, you guys. Now, if all the system does is bring you one deal that generates $5,000 or $10,000, is that worth it? Yes. Okay. So right now, you guys need to order this. You need to go to 1-800-574-9221 or www.jeffadams.com/Lindsay. You guys need to take advantage of this opportunity of a lifetime that you have in this current market. It's down, it's depressed, and it's not going to be around next year. If you guys wait, you will have missed it. Now, I do have a couple bonuses for you, and the first one is only for 9. I can't help everybody, so this is for those of you that are really excited and motivated and want to change your life, want that additional stream of income. I'm actually going to help you, walk you step by step through your very first deal. So when you get that first deal, you're going to be like, oh my God, this is so great. What do I do now? And I'm going to get on the phone with you, go over the deal, what's good about the deal, what's bad about the deal, and the ultimate result is making sure that you get paid, you get that check. And so you guys, this is only for the first 9. I'm sure we've already got a couple orders started, and they're going to be coming in shortly. So I really recommend going right now online. Go to www.jeffadams.com/Lindsay or calling in at 1-800-574-9221. If they don't answer the call, it's because they're on the other line with somebody else. It's okay. Leave a message. We will call you back as soon as possible. We'll see what number slot you came in, and I promise we'll take care of you, and we'll make sure that you get this benefit. Now, I also talked about those of you who can work with some of my excess cash buyers. This is priceless. And those same first 9, you are also going to get 100 cash buyers of my cash buyers in your area. Now, you've already heard from David Stevens. You already know you don't need a huge list. It's those really quality, multimillionaire, high net worth, busy real estate fix and flip investors. You're going to get 100 of mine from me in your area. But this is only for the first 9. I can't give this to everybody. Those of you that take action will be more successful than those of you that are sitting on the fence. So if you're sitting on the fence, this is another one of those opportunities that you're going to kick yourself in the butt for because it's going to pass you by. You need to take action. You have this opportunity with me, with Jeff, and with this real estate market right now to really create something bigger and better for yourself. So you need to go to the website. Go to the website right now. It's www.jeffadams.com/Lindsay or call 1-800-574-9221. Now, I'd like to go over everything that you guys are getting again. Now, All of this is included. You get the main manual workbook, and that is everything I've gone over today. That is step by step, holding your hand, walking you through this process. You get the quick start book. You get the Hot Deals Handbook, which is the agent's training guide. You get 12 CDs to listen to, 5 DVDs to watch that actually take you through the documents, the MLS, how to do this online, going through actual properties. Now, my entire legal document library that was created by my attorneys, the Easy Deal Analyzer that I know all of you love. You get the one-on-one ticket to boot camp with me. The next one's in July, so it's coming up, and it's right here in Vegas. It's close for a lot of you, and if you can't make that, like I said before, you can come. I do them every couple of months. You can come to any of them. And those first 9, I know we've already got a couple orders in. Congratulations. You get to work with me one-on-one. Closing that first deal, you get that call with me, and you also get 100 cash buyers in your area. This is going to help ensure your success. We still have a few slots left, so you guys need to call in so that you get those 2 amazing bonuses. So you get all of this. You guys, you get all of this for only $795, and that's why I keep saying, you know, if all this does is do 1 deal a month for you, to generate $5,000 or $10,000 just one time every single month, again and again and again, what is that really worth? Now, I know some of the people are like, well, what's the guarantee? Is this guaranteed? I guarantee if you do this, you will make money. I guarantee this works. This not only works for me, this works for my other students. You've heard several testimonials from students that are doing this in various parts of the country. And what I'm going to offer you is from the day that you get it, because it's a physical product that you're actually going to receive at your house, from the day that you get it, you're going to have 7 days to look through it, read it, listen to it, watch it, make sure that it is everything that I said it would be. And remember, I said that I always under-promise and over-deliver, so I know you'll love it. And you guys got to take action. You need to order now. Go to www.jeffadams.com/Lindsay or call 1-800-574-9221.
You know, everything you're giving out here today with the main manual, workbook, quick start book, the Hot Deals Handbook, the 12 CDs, 5 DVDs, legal document library, plus all the bonuses, and the event tickets. You know, I had a couple students of mine attend your last event, and they were just blown away. And these were experienced real estate investors just going just to get a couple of golden nuggets, and they came away with a notebook filled with information to help them do more deals in their market. So, folks, again, sign up. Go to jeffadams.com/Lindsay. Call 1-800-574-9221. The spots are going fast. I want to congratulate Rick Yartz, Dan Treviso, Dave Boyd, Samantha Parker for signing up and taking action. Again, folks, these spots are going to go fast, so go to jeffadams.com/Lindsay. Call 1-800-574-9221. Go ahead, Lindsay.
Well, can you tell us did we get any questions while we were on the webinar? I want to make sure that if we have any questions, we can answer them for people before we jump off the line.
Yes, actually. First question is actually from Dan Treviso. He writes in, I just ordered. If I have any questions or want to get in contact with you later, your office, is there any ongoing support?
Oh, that is a great question. Yes, absolutely. The best way to reach us is via email. It comes straight through my office and my assistant, who's knowledgeable and experienced in exactly what I've been talking about, and whatever she can't answer gets forwarded to me, and then I'm able to answer. And you also have access to us on the phone as well. So you do have ongoing support. We're here to help you. We're here to support you in your success. And, you know, I really go above and beyond in this area because I am successful because of people that helped me along the way. And I appreciated that, and I'm here for you guys to help you answer those little questions along the way as well.
Okay, that sounds awesome. Another question here, do you have to have a real estate license to get started in this program?
Oh, that's a really good question. I get that all the time. No, you do not. In fact, I do not recommend you having a license. I'm licensed. I'm a broker, which is great for you guys because, I've figured out how to do all this differently than everybody else because I'm licensed, and I know what a good agent is, and I know the law and legalities, and so you guys reap the benefits of that, but you don't need to be licensed. I haven't acted as a licensed agent in 3 years. I'm solely an investor. You can get access to the MLS through your agent, so there is absolutely zero benefit to having a license. There's fees and expenses and then legal expectations around being licensed. So I actually recommend just staying a normal investor and not getting licensed.
Yeah, that's really good advice there. Next question, how long has your training been? Is it 3 days or 4 days?
So my training is, well, it depends on what you want to do. Is the body of the event is 2 solid full days with me, and I do have a bonus day. This is new, and it's a third day, and it's an extra bonus day if you guys would like. It's a small, intimate group. We keep around only 12 people, and we actually take you out on a bus and take you on a tour in town, and you're looking at properties with me or one of my partners. And we're looking at real active properties that are available on the MLS with agents. We're writing up offers, and we're negotiating the terms. Now, that's an extra day at the very beginning of the training, and you can talk to my office if you'd like to join that. We keep it very, very affordable. It's only, I believe, $297 if you're interested, but that's an extra bonus. Otherwise, you guys get 2 full days with me. I know you got a ton of value and information off this hour, so can you imagine what 2 solid days of training with me, about 16 hours. I give you everything step by step. It's interactive. I keep the event very, very small so that I can work with you guys one-on-one and answer each and every question that you have so that you leave the event knowing exactly what to do.
Well, I'll tell you what, Lindsay, this sounds awesome. And folks, for everything that you're receiving here, as I mentioned, the manual, the Quick Start book, the handbook, the CDs, DVDs, legal document library, the bonuses, the support from Lindsay, I can tell you this, you can't go wrong. And right now, the real estate market is on fire nationwide. And if a single mother can do this, you can do this as well. You don't want to look back 24 months from now and say, man, the market's gone up 30, 40%. I didn't get involved. Right now it's time to take action and get out there and do it with somebody who's actually doing deals like Lindsay, who's going to show you her step-by-step system. So again, folks, to sign up, you can go to www.jeffadams.com/Lindsay. You can call 1-800-574-9221. We will get you all signed up. We do have a handful of spots left. And, Lindsay, you'll get this course sent out immediately, I take it?
Yes, it gets sent out immediately within a couple days. They'll have it. They'll definitely have it by next week. We can answer any questions they have prior to them receiving it. You know, we can actually even email them some of the material if they want to get started right away. We'd be happy to email you the Quick Start Guide so you can start reading. It goes over everything that you're going to be doing. So, yeah, take action, you guys. I promise you're going to be able to look back a year from now and remember this webinar, and you're going to go, thank you so much, Jeff. Thank you so much, Lindsay. I'm so glad I took advantage of that opportunity. So you guys will always look back today as a good decision.
Hey, that sounds awesome, Lindsay. Well, listen, folks, again, take action, get signed up. You can't go wrong. Lindsay, thanks for taking your time out of your busy schedule coming on the call here. I really appreciate it. And we'll go ahead and leave that order page up there for a couple minutes so you guys can go ahead and go online there and place your order and get started. All right, thank you, Lindsay.
Thanks for having me, Jeff.